The award-winning actor Morgan Freeman will undergo surgery to treat injuries received in a car accident last night near his home in Charleston, Mississippi. He was airlifted to Memphis.
He gave the world more than movies. He gave the world hope. With nothing more than his steady voice, his commanding presence, and that timeless wisdom, Morgan Freeman could stop anyone in their tracks. From the bleak prison walls of the Shawshank Redemption to the frozen wilderness in March of the Penguins, Freeman wasn't just acting. He was shaping how we felt, how we saw the world. To millions, he wasn't just another Hollywood star.
The surest way to fail at it is to quit. I said to myself at one point, okay, I'm gonna do it or die. That's it, I'll starve to death if necessary.
He was a voice of strength, a voice of comfort, a voice people trusted like family. But just moments ago, heartbreaking news about Freeman shook fans everywhere, and suddenly that trust feels complicated. The legend we thought we knew is being forced into a different light, and tonight we're digging past the Hollywood shine to look at the man himself, the man who became the voice of a generation. Few actors in history can claim the impact Morgan Freeman made on cinema. He was born in 1937 in Memphis, Tennessee, before being raised in Mississippi. His childhood was far from glamorous. Constant moves, no stability, money always tight. Yet one thing burned inside him that couldn't be shaken: the dream to perform. Even as a boy, the stage called him louder than anything else in the world.
I didn't pick this one picked us. It just dropped into our lap. It was a perfect venue, perfect story to depict, I think, Mandela.
But before the world could ever see his talent, another calling interrupted his path. Freeman joined the United States Air Force, serving as a radar technician, building discipline and grit. For a time, it seemed like the military might consume his whole future, but deep inside, that hunger to perform kept clawing back, louder than duty itself. In 1959, he made the decision that changed his life forever. He ditched the uniform and chose his first love, acting. His climb to stardom was no easy sprint, no shortcuts, no lucky breaks. In the 1970s, America's kids got to know him on The Electric Company, where he played roles and sketches that lit up television screens. For most people, that kind of gig would have been a career-defining win. But for Freeman, it wasn't even close to enough. It was just the opening act. He wanted more. He knew he had more. For years, he stayed in the shadows of Hollywood, grinding in silence, sharpening his craft, waiting for the role that would finally let the world see his brilliance.
And no, I don't know of any tips, except for one thing. One thing I can tell you: if you're looking to improve the sound of your voice, yawn a lot.
That moment arrived in 1987 when Freeman, at the age of 50, delivered a performance in Street Smart that shocked audiences and critics alike. It wasn't just acting, it was raw power, a masterclass that earned him an Academy Award nomination. And that nomination proved something bigger than any trophy could say. Greatness doesn't follow a clock. It doesn't expire. It explodes when the world least expects it. From that moment forward, Hollywood could no longer box Morgan Freeman in as just another actor. He was a force the world couldn't ignore. His rise wasn't quiet anymore. It was unstoppable. He stunned audiences in Driving Miss Daisy, a role that didn't just earn him a Golden Globe and another Oscar nomination, but cemented his name among the greats. That same year, he appeared in Glory, delivering a performance that forced America to remember the sacrifice and courage of Black soldiers who fought in the Civil War. And in Lean on Me, Freeman transformed into the fearless Principal Joe Clark.
Black History Month you find
ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours?
Tough, unshakable, but deeply protective of his students. The fierceness of Clark wasn't just a role. It was a reflection of Freeman's own ability to inspire people around the globe. Then came 1994, the year that changed everything, the Shawshank Redemption. As Ellis read Redding, Freeman didn't just act. He became the soul of the story. His voice carried the pain of despair, the flicker of hope, and the ultimate redemption that made audiences believe in second chances. His narration wasn't background noise. It was the heartbeat of the film. Even today, millions say they can't imagine Shawshank without the steady, reassuring voice of Morgan Freeman guiding them through every twist and turn. A decade later, he reached yet another peak, winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in Million Dollar Baby. His portrayal of Eddie Scrap Iron Dupree was more than a role. It was a living lesson in wisdom, patience, and quiet strength.
Let me tell you about a voice. Not this voice, but the one inside. The one that whispers.
And in 2009, he gave the world chills when he stepped into the shoes of Nelson Mandela in Invictus. It wasn't just acting, it was transformation. A moment where art met history and the world saw greatness embodied right on screen. Hollywood showered him with its highest honors: the Kennedy Center Honors in 2008, the AFI Life Achievement Award in 2011, the Cecil B. DeMille Award in 2012, and the Screen Actors Guild Life Achievement Award in 2018. These weren't just trophies. They were proof that Freeman was bigger than Hollywood itself. A storyteller, a teacher, a living symbol of resilience and wisdom. But while the red carpets glowed and the golden statues piled up, something darker was waiting behind the curtain. Life was preparing to test Morgan Freeman in ways no award could protect him from. And few fans ever saw it coming. August 3rd, 2008, a day that nearly silenced one of Hollywood's greatest voices forever.
In 2 weeks, we have a practice exam and the minimum basic skills test on April 13th.
Morgan Freeman was driving near his home in Mississippi when disaster struck without warning. His car veered off the road, flipped violently several times, and crashed into a ditch. Rescuers raced against time, using the jaws of life to pull him from the twisted wreckage. He was airlifted straight to a Memphis hospital, where doctors uncovered the brutal truth: a broken arm, a shattered elbow, and severe damage to his shoulder. The surgery stretched on for almost 4 hours. He survived, but Morgan Freeman's life would never be the same again. The crash left scars that no award could hide. Though he pushed forward and returned to acting, his left hand was permanently paralyzed. That sleek black glove fans noticed him wearing at public events. Many thought it was just a fashion statement, but the reality was heartbreaking. That glove was no accessory. It was a medical necessity, meant to help with swelling and circulation.
No, I was always trying to be a movie actor. This is not a, this isn't serendipity. I mean, in terms of being here, this is the fight I've been fighting all my life.
Behind the red carpets and cameras, the truth was harsh. Freeman had lost the use of his hand, a constant reminder of the night that nearly stole everything from him. And as if the paralysis wasn't cruel enough, another shadow followed him: fibromyalgia, a chronic condition known for unleashing nerve pain across the body. And for Freeman, it attacked his left arm relentlessly. In a rare, raw admission to Esquire magazine, he confessed, "It's the fibromyalgia up and down the arm. That's where it gets so bad, excruciating." Think about that. One of the most powerful voices in cinema, a man who carried hope into millions of lives, waking up every day to pain so intense it was almost unbearable. In public, he stood calm, steady, untouchable. In private, he was fighting a silent battle most people couldn't even imagine.
One day, when I got a long white beard and 2 or 3 marbles rolling around upstairs, they let me out.
But tragedy didn't stop there. In 2015, his family was struck by a heartbreak that cut deeper than any injury. Freeman's beloved granddaughter by marriage, Edina Hines, was brutally attacked and killed in New York City at just 33 years old. Freeman had raised her as if she were his own blood. She was his family. His statement after her death left the world in silence. The world will never know her artistry and talent and how much she had to offer. Her star will continue to shine in our hearts. Behind the Hollywood legend, the glamour, the awards, was a man carrying grief, pain, and loss that most fans never truly saw. For fans, it was the first time they saw Morgan Freeman stripped of the eternal voice of God image. Not untouchable, not immortal, but a man torn apart by grief.
She even told Inside Edition how good he looked.
Fashionable guy, he doesn't have to worry about it.
The warmth he carried for decades was dimmed. His usual composure cracked under the weight of visible sorrow. It was shocking for the world to witness. A reminder that even legends bleed, even legends break, even legends grieve. And yet, Freeman kept moving forward. As the years passed, fans couldn't ignore the changes. His walk slowed. His frame seemed smaller. His once powerful stride grew frailer with time. Every public appearance sparked whispers. Rumors swirled online. Was he gravely ill? Had his health collapsed? More than once, false reports of his death spread like wildfire across social media. Each new photograph fueled speculation. Tabloids running wild with theories. But through every rumor, every cruel headline, Freeman endured. The truth is both simple and heartbreaking. Morgan Freeman is aging. He lives with permanent paralysis in his hand. He wakes up every day to the cruel sting of fibromyalgia. He still carries the unbearable grief of losing someone he loved like his own daughter. And yet, he refuses to surrender. Even in his 80s, Freeman never slowed down completely. In 2017, he brought charm to Going in Style. In 2019, he delivered gravitas in Angel Has Fallen. In 2021, he lit up the screen in The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. Each role was proof that the charisma, the humor, and the commanding presence that made him a legend were still alive and untouchable. And above all else, his voice, that iconic, steady, unmistakable voice, remains untouched by time. In 2022, he narrated our universe. In 2023, he guided us through life on our planet. In a world drowning in chaos, his voice still cuts through as a beacon, calm, powerful, and eternal. So what exactly is the heartbreaking news? It's not a sudden death. It's not a hidden scandal. It's the quiet, undeniable truth that Morgan Freeman, the voice of a generation, is human. He is in pain. He is aging. He carries scars that the cameras rarely capture, both visible and invisible. But here's what makes him extraordinary. He has never begged for pity. He has never let pain define his legacy. And he has never stopped inspiring the world. That glove on his hand, those slower steps, the softer presence at events, these are not signs of weakness. They are battle scars, proof that Freeman has endured what could have broken anyone else. Proof of survival, proof of courage, proof of resilience written into every move he makes. The truth may remind us of his struggles, but it shines an even brighter light on who he really is. Morgan Freeman's story isn't just about greatness on the big screen. It's about greatness in life. It's about facing tragedy head-on, living with constant pain, and still choosing to rise again and again. Because legends aren't just born from movies. Sometimes they're born in the way a man carries himself through the storm. Sometimes they're found in a voice, even weakened by pain, that still carries hope, comfort, and strength to millions across the globe. Morgan Freeman is not just a star, he is a survivor. He is living proof that even when life throws its worst, true greatness refuses to bow down. And his voice, his presence, his legacy will live on forever. So now I want to hear from you. What do you think about Morgan Freeman's incredible journey? Drop your thoughts down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, smash subscribe, share this video with someone who needs inspiration, and I'll see you in the next one.